And aloha! Welcome to the BlueNote Fan Report. This is Guy, the Hawaii Blues fan, and I'm your host on the Intermission show. What a way to start that game. You know what? Normally, I'm very, very nice with my language. If you are under the age of 13, okay, under the age of 16, you need to put your hand over your ears. But that shin fight was fucking awesome. Oh my goodness. That shin fight was absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. And hey, I didn't get to share this out, so please share it out. Let's get people watching the Blue Note Fan Report post-game show as we continue to remember Bobby Plager, number 5 in your programs, but number 1 in your hearts. Absolutely. That was what had to happen. That was what had to happen. And I don't know if they talked about it ahead of time or if Shin planned it, but and not only that, David Perron and Tereshchenko have both thrown hip checks. They're trying to get that hip in there. I mean, it's what Bobby was known for. It's absolutely freaking amazing. I'm waiting for my buddies to join me. If they do, great. If they don't, hey, what the hell? Maybe I didn't even send I hope I sent the things. The invites, sometimes I'm not even sure. You know what? I didn't. I thought I did it again. So I put it in there, but I forget to hit the send button. So we'll have one of them here very shortly. Drop. I sent his. I sent Gabriel Folliot just in case. Last minute thing. I was hoping to have a guest. Unfortunately, he was unable to show. No big deal. We'll just continue to go. Guys, this is great. Hey, Brad, how you doing, buddy? Hey, Brad, for you, for the next contest, it's open. The form works now, so you can use the form. Please try that because I just got too many things going on to individually put people's stuff in. And it's nothing against you, man. I know you're up in Canada and you're trying, but just if you can try that, and if you can't, then we'll work something out. I'll have, you know what, Brad? I'll have somebody contact you, and you'll have your own personal person to put the score in. So we'll take care of you, Brad. Absolutely. Jeremy, how are you doing, buddy?
Oh, I'm great, man. I'm doing fantastic. That was fantastic.
Start to this game.
Oh,
Bobby was known for that, and they're Chris Lambert says great intensity. They're coming out in a night to honor play, and you know what? Credit Minnesota Wild. That was absolutely beautiful what they did, right?
yes.
Now, you look at the Wild themselves. The Wild have only been around 20 years, but hold on.
Obviously, to get the news on Bob Plager, but it's amazing how many people have reached out. People, old friends from St. Louis,
Red Burnson,
still living around Canada, and we all have the same good memories of Bob. And he was such a character on the team, and such just a one of a kind. And that he wanted everyone to like him off the ice, but nobody liked him on the ice unless you were on his team.
Yeah, I know.
And Darren Pang did a great interview today on the NHL Network, and he highlighted some of Bob's strengths and his famous hip checks and fights, and just in the middle of everything. He and Bark were just a tremendous inspiration for the rest of us and all the fans in St. Louis.
Red, can you?
Well, hold on.
Meant to this franchise, though, over 54 years.
Well, that's what I was figuring out today, John. 54 years of, they say there's no loyalty left in sports, but obviously there's some in St. Louis, and with all the different ownership groups and management groups that have welcomed Bob Plager as part of their organization. He's been a player. He was a coach, an assistant coach. He was a scout. He's been an ambassador forever. The fans know him as well as they know the current players. It's unbelievable. There's not many guys in the NHL that have been with their organization near that long, or as well liked and visible as Bob is. he's been tremendous. He's tremendous with the alumni, the older players, and I know all the young guys love him. And you could see that in the Stanley Cup ceremony.
And Red, obviously he was known for his hip checks, but also his quips. He was one of the funniest guys I ever met. How did that levity help your team in stressful moments?
It was great. I mean, Bob would come up with some of the things. For example, I remember he hit a player one night with his hip check, and then he skated over to the bench and he said, "That guy's going straight to the hospital." And it was true. I mean, the guy ended up going to the hospital. Like there were no friends on the other team when Bob Plager was on the ice. And so he was, and he was a smart player. As much as people knew him as a defensive, physical defenseman, he was a smart player. And I think his time with Doug Harvey and, of course, Scotty Bowman was a great coach for Bob because he knew Bob from junior hockey. He knew what he could do and he knew what he meant to a team. And when he got a chance to get both Bob and Barclay Plager on the same team, and then eventually Billy Plager, he knew what he was doing. And those guys were, they were great. Now, Barclay, as you know, was serious all the time. Bob was only serious on the ice.
Yeah. Okay. I'll pull it off there, but that reminds. So I've told this story before, and I got to say it again. I was 6 or 7 years old. My grandfather had seats right near the benches, and I remember the Blues were losing. My grandfather was pissed off. Everybody was. It was like down 2-0 or 3-0, something like that. And I forget who the coach was, but he's screaming. And back then, they still had a lot of their Canadian accents. So hoser and this and F that and you stupid sons of bitches. And I mean, just going off, right? Somebody sitting next to Plager, I don't remember who it was, looks at Bob and says, "Can you please shut him up?" Bob says, "Okay." I'm 7 years old. I don't know what that means, right? Tap Bob on the shoulder. It's his time up. He leaps over the boards and makes a beeline for the first opponent. And as he's going, his gloves come off. And he just grabbed them and swung. Grabbed them and swung. And swung and swung and swung. Just started the fight. Now, they didn't have the instigator back then, right? They didn't have the instigator fight. So Bob gets his 5. The other guy gets his 5. And, in the box. The 5's over. Bob skates back to the bench, looks at the guys and says, "Was that good enough?" I mean, what an amazing. Red Berenson is 86 years old and skated in the alumni game for the All-Star game, the last All-Star game we had. Just amazing. Mary says she was right behind the Blues bench. So Mary, I know you're right around my age. Your family, maybe your family's got some stories that they could tell, but I mean, that's my memory of what I can remember. And again, I was 7 years old. Maybe it's, funky or whatever, but that's what the Blues are. So the period was amazing. That was Blues hockey for a change. Last I saw it was 8-2.
The Blues had 10 shots.
10-2. That's the first time all year they've allowed someone with that little shots. And this isn't a Mickey Mouse team. This isn't the Buffalo Sabres. This isn't the Detroit Red Wings, the Ducks. This is the Wild, and the Wild are a good team. They've got Krill the Thrill. Cam Talbot is having a great season. And yet here we are, we're limiting them. 4 hits to 3 hits. So that number's way off. They're not counting hits, right? Both Perron and Parashenko have got it in and done them little hips. Parashenko probably should have gotten a interference call for his, but he was in there. I mean, and you know what? The referees, there's been 4 penalties, 2 on each side. The referees are trying to get control of the game early. And I get that. I got no issue with that. You're shaking your head. What?
There is no control right now. Once you let a fight happen in the first 5 seconds of the freaking hockey game, you have no control. You try to get control, but there is no control.
Oh, no, this fight was preset. This fight was preset. You see Shin dropping and Hartman's dropping his gloves. This fight was preset.
Yeah.
They're showing it. You know, but no, the penalties that they called were to say, hey guys, we understand it. We get it, but we're going to pull it in a little bit. And I'm okay with that. And so why am I bringing the referees up? Well, lost in all of the Bobby Plager is the Tim Peel incident, right? And I don't have a lot of time to talk about Tim Peel. I only got about 5-6 minutes, somewhere around there. I know I'm off a little bit on the time. I'm about a minute, I guess, behind. I don't know. I'm not completely sure. But Tim Peel got caught on a live mic. 7 minutes. Okay. 6 minutes. Okay. Got caught on a live mic saying, I wanted to get an effing penalty to
Nashville.
Right? This is something that we have seen consistent. Now, here's the thing. Tim Peel lives in St. Louis. Right? He got the ref the Winter Classic because he was a St. Louisan. Right? So this is huge. Chris said, I just seen Chris said if Blatty would have kept that one shot on the ice, he would have scored 5 goals. Yeah, I think he would have. Nut shot for Tim. Yeah. Guys, the thing I take joy is that Bobby is in heaven. Well, you know, Aaron, that's your belief, and I do not want to bring religion into my show, and it's your belief, and I'll let that go. Thank you. They're passing too much instead of shooting. Yeah, I'm seeing the power play. They were looking for a good shot. But part of that was they didn't have that good net front presence that you could take those shots for the rebound. So I think that they're trying to get that net front presence by pulling Minnesota out, and they haven't been able to do that yet, but they're getting very, very close. I think they're getting very, very close. You know, this game at the moment is really it's at a crossroad game. It's at a hinge. Barkley telling him to watch the game. No, this is going to be fun tonight. You know, and I say that in a different way. You know, we're memorializing Bobby, and that's fine. But the guys are out there showing what Bobby meant, and that's what's important, and that's what I'm enjoying. You know, the numbers are all Blues here. 65 face-off of 65-35 for the Blues. Block shots 5 for Minnesota, 3 for St. Louis. But Minnesota's only taken 5 or 6 attempts. You know, I haven't seen the attempts yet. I'm waiting for that to pop up. Takeaways 2-1, giveaways 4-1, and that's right. Oh, they're showing how many games we have left. 1 against Arizona. We're done with San Jose. 1 against the Kings. That's got to be scheduled. 4 against Anaheim. 4 against Vegas, and 6 against Colorado. So yeah, a lot going on there. Oh, here we go. So attempts. The Blues have had 21. Minnesota's had 10. Right? 2 on net. 4 were blocked. So the Blues are doing what they need to do there. Odd man rushes. The Blues have had 2. They've won 11 faceoffs. 4 hits to 3, like I talked about. So this is pretty good. Chris Lambert says, I'm still disappointed with our power play. Need to start making more attempts. Punch in some scores. Well, Chris, I kind of just talked about that. Chris Shockley, no D-zone turnovers, and that's great. I kind of just talked about that, where the thing that we've got here is that no, it's a commercial. I'm hearing a phone ring into my headset. They haven't had the net front presence yet, right? Hey, Jeremy, can you give us a real quick on the out-of-town scores where we're at?
Yeah, we've got end of the second. The Bruins are up 2-1 on the Isles. It is 6-2 Rangers over the Flyers. 3-2 Caps over the Devils starting the third. Hurricanes and Jackets are 2-1 going into the third. The Leafs and the Senators are tied at 1 at the end of 2. The Pens are up 2-0 on the Sabres going into the third. Panthers and Blackhawks at the end of 1, 0-0. And the Predators are up 4-1 on the Red Wings at the end of 1. Rocco Grimaldi got a hat trick in 3 minutes.
Wow, natural one, right?
And the Lightning and the Stars are going, it's 0-0 with 6 minutes to go in the game. Well, in the period.
Period. Yeah. So that's pretty neat. And Tanner mentioned, see, this is what was supposed to happen yesterday. Barkley the Pup was going to be made a full-time Blue. That was what the press conference was. He's going to be the Blues calming dog. They're going to have him for people with PTSD and things like that, in an area where they can go and pet him and things like that. So that was really neat. What's up with the blowouts from the Rangers? The Rangers are a decent team.
The Rangers have the Flyers number.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
after
another
the
thing.
Flyers lost 9-0 to the Rangers, it looks like it's going to happen again.
Yeah.
Like, if the Flyers don't make some kind of moves at the trade deadline, you might as well count Philadelphia out of the playoffs, which is fine with me because I'm a Penguins fan and they can go to hell. Pardon my language.
I loved it. You know, Sam, I'm doing good. Thank you. I mean, this is, personally, this is hard for me because I live and die with these guys, and I'm getting to meet a lot of them. And I didn't get to meet Bobby. I was trying, trust me, guys. I was trying my butt off to get Bobby on the show. I was, and but now, like some of these older guys, I'm going to push. Like Brett Berenson, I'm going to push. I'm going to talk to my fan. I'm going to push to get Brett on the show. I'm going to push to get some of these guys now to do this, to see if I can get them, because that's what I need now. I think the fans need to hear these guys a little bit more. So we're just about come back. Got you for the next intermission, buddy?
Oh, absolutely.
If I can remember to hit the send button, All right.
Yeah,
so,
you got me. I might not be in a clear picture. I'm not sure. Me and the wife got to go get dinner, but
okay. Well, you know what?
You'll definitely have me.
We'll do what we got to do with that. So, hey guys,
Absolutely.
This is Guy, the Hawaii Blues fan, saying aloha, mahalo, and you got to know that I'm bleeding blue with you, and I can't wait to see you on the second intermission show. If I got Jeremy, I got him. If not, it's just you and me. Aloha, my friend.